concerto is not the hardest piece you've ever seen for an instrument. It is hard, but it's not the hardest piece you've ever seen for an instrument. But I would also say it's the most complete, maybe the most complete piece. The orchestra part is amazing too. And the orchestra part is just hard, and their players back there just kind of like, but I think there's a general sense of excitement with the orchestra here because they know it's being recorded. And it's giant, and it's big news for them, and to be associated with that is huge for the orchestra. But anyway, so like for those of you that will be there, just giving you, I'll just kind of talk through the piece a little bit and march through it a little bit and show you. The piece opens kind of like, as we said, there was a video that went online today on the St. Louis Symphony blog. But there's a bit of an interview, and it references an interview that was given by me with the Sydney Symphony in Australia, and I said just kind of off the cuff, this piece opens like you're in the middle of a movie chase scene, and it just bang, it goes, and the piece has this kind of spinning quality to it, and there's all these scales that are moving, that are doing these modal modulations, and they just keep ascending and they go down and ascend again, keep ascending. There's one critic of the Baltimore Symphony for the Baltimore Symphony concerts in Baltimore. He said it sounded like all the harmony and all the music was being lifted out of the orchestra by a magnet. It's kind of an amazing image, but the piece has this ascending quality to it. So I opened, after the orchestra started, I opened with these modal ascending arpeggios. And the rest. That's where I like the opening. And it's just immediately, you're just right, you're thrown into the fire. It's all this intervallic stuff. But really conjures up a lot of jazz, jazz greats. It sort of plays very intervallically. I think of players like Steve Lacy. I think of certainly a lot of modern players, I just sort of hear like Chris Potter sometimes and that, And but it's this kind of definitively driving classical sound. So there's already fundamentally a difference in the sound. Whereas maybe something I'm doing in series is on a more sweeter nature, All of a sudden we have. So suddenly the dimension of the sound changes as the reference is, of course, jazz. But that's not jazz. If I put on a real jazz mouthpiece and really wanted to channel that, it would be even that much more present. So it's like jazz music that has a governor on it. It's like driving a rental van that only goes to 55 miles an hour, and you're just trying to explore it and you're going nowhere. And so it's like I could never just really let loose. I couldn't just really let loose because then it becomes too abrasive and you lose all of the detail behind you. You lose all of the orchestra behind you. So that sort of starts this opening intervallic thing that happens. And then the kind of the melody of the piece starts to emerge in the first movement. and then there's sort of like more stuff. So it's starting to have like this, starting to morph away from all these different colors, starting to have these bebop legs, and starting to kind of find its way to the beat. And and the challenge for me is that he would write things and he would want me to interpret them. And he would write these licks that are really clearly bebop licks. And in fact, as a jazz musician, the jazz musician part of me, which is not, I would definitely never say I was ever attained the level of jazz that I call myself an artist. But it was always linked to my training and something I always cared about. But the jazz musician says when I see a run of notes, especially with kind of angular runs of notes, that I would probably find ways to inflect it and create kind of bebop style, bebop articulation. So I'm kind of looking at stuff and wanting to really go that far in that direction. And then it's just that aspect of me interpreting something was something John Adams didn't know about. He never played jazz. He listened to a lot of jazz.